But let me start here. Again, you heard no borders, no country, no borders, no country. One of the headlines that I saw yesterday that just really grabbed me and struck me. And that's because I do consider myself a patriot. And I believe that those of you that are in this Mike Gallagher audience are the same. By the way, the number to call in to the relieffactor.com studio, 1-800-655-MIKE, 1-800-655-MIKE, or 1-800-655-6453, 1-800-655-6453, or go to MikeOnline.com, MikeOnline.com. One of the stories or the headlines that really touched me yesterday, and I'll get into some of the news of today. I'll make sure that I weave that in, but I want to talk about some of the macro issues. Just the news, record low report feeling extremely proud to be an American. Record low report feeling extremely proud to be an American. Leftists did this to us. Leftists did this to us. When in the course of human events, it becomes necessary for one people to dissolve the political bands which have connected them with another, and to assume among the powers of the earth the separate and equal station to which the laws of nature and of nature's God entitles them, a decent respect to the opinions of mankind requires that they should declare the causes which impel them to the separation. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights. Amongst them are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, that to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their powers from the consent of the governed. Doesn't feel like we're there anymore, does it? That whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or to abolish it, and to institute new government, laying its foundation on such principles and organizing its powers in such form as to them shall seem most likely to affect their safety and their happiness. Prudence, indeed, will dictate that governments long established should not be changed for light and transient causes. And accordingly, all experience has shown that mankind are more disposed to suffer, while evils are sufferable, than to right themselves by abolishing the forms to which they are accustomed. But when a long train of abuses and usurpations pursuing and invariably the same object evinces a design to reduce them under absolute despotism, it is their right, it is their duty to throw off such government and to provide new guards for their future security. I won't go on to read the entire Declaration of Independence, but this is Independence Day weekend, and damn it, you better be proud to be an American. This is the greatest country that God has ever given man. There isn't even another nation that's close, despite the decrepit, senile, old man that sits in the White House that wants to destroy this nation. Be proud to be an American. Our pride does not come from who's sitting in that White House. God has given us the citizenship, the honor of being called Americans. Embrace it. Embrace it. This is the greatest country God has ever given man. There's nothing close. The reason why people flood our borders is because they know how great it is, even if Democrats don't. This was very troubling to me. This was very troubling to me because I don't want you to give up in the fight for this country. This fight is too important. Guys, I do believe that we are the guards. We're on guard. We've got to save this country. There's no one else coming. We're the cavalry. No one else is coming. No one from the Northern Triangle, no one from Europe, no one from Asia. No one's coming. It's just us. It's just us. I can't believe the situation we find ourselves in today. Sometimes I think about this stuff and I get overwhelmed. I'm not going to lie to you. I come in here and I want to motivate you. I want to encourage you to continue to fight for this country, but I'd be lying to you if I didn't tell you I didn't go home some days. And I'm just like, God Almighty, this feels overwhelming. This feels overwhelming. But in his gentleness, he reminds me, just as I'm reminding you, that you were born for such a time as this. That this is the greatest nation God has ever given man. I don't give a damn what liberals say, or progressives, or Democrats, or black BLM activists, or Antifa activists that are actually fascists. I don't care what they say. Let the morons leave. But don't you lose your resolve to fight for this nation. Guys, we're in a revolutionary war, whether you like it or not. Now, I am not, let me be emphatically clear. I am not calling for arms. I'm not calling for violence. I'm not a part of BLM. I'm not a part of Antifa. That's not what I'm calling for. But I pray to God it doesn't come to that. But I am saying, don't you dare give up your resolve to fight for this country, because there's nowhere else to go. You've got to understand how valuable you are as an American and how proud you should be to be an American. Unbelievable. If you have no borders, you don't have a country. Let me tell you, the Supreme Court issued a devastating blow yesterday. I'm not going to sit here and pretend and try to stroke you and make you feel better. That was a devastating blow. We've had some great wins in the Supreme Court. Let me tell you what I want. Let me tell you what I'm demanding and what you should demand for Republicans, what you should demand from them. Right now, they're the only tool we have to fight against the despots in the White House, in this administration, in this federal bureaucracy, because they are entrenched absolutely everywhere. Let me tell you what I demand. And if Republicans don't do it, guys, do not vote for these people. I want the re-implementation of the Mexico City policy. I want to finish the wall. And if one Republican, I don't care if they're in commie Chicago, if they say they're not going to do it, kick their butts out of office. It is far time that we can't deal with people that don't want to fight for this country anymore.